same one stabbing you in the back. You looked for it, you knew what it was, so tell me, how could I react? You were never honest, even knowing that my weakness was your lies. But I trusted you, that's my crime. Our love was never stolen, it was never all we dreamed. It was just God who gave us love and then took it away from me. My blindness cost it all, but I didn't have to lose my mind. Even the day you lied and left, the lie was worse than the crime. I dreamed of a serpent in the dark that couldn't have been you. Or maybe I never knew who you really are. God didn't leave us. Do I have my soul sick inside? He can't just leave me like this. No strength to rise, no will to fight. I need my life back again. I need a miracle tonight. Lights twinkle above the pine trees. A sea of people fills the streets. The sound of car engines echoes through the busy streets. There's haste, there's calm, some run, others choose. Nobody wants to be late. Soon it will be Christmas. But there are those who serve, there are those who attend, there are those who care, who will not be with their families on Christmas Eve, because they will be working on Christmas Eve. But there are those who will be at a beautiful and abundant table with their loved ones, and yet they will be alone. How is it possible not to understand this? There are many who don't understand. Someone needs to tell them better not. Let's not complicate this. Why does only a part understand? We know there's no answer to this, but there's still hope, enough so that no one feels alone. But there are those who care, there are those who work, there are those who protect, who won't be with that families on Christmas Eve, because they'll be on duty on Christmas Eve, and they'll only arrive the next day because they fulfilled their role without complaining. They just helped everyone have a true Christmas whisper stories that time could never steal. Little lights are breathing on the houses, glowing through the dark. Their reflections dancing on the snow like memories, waking soft and real. In the cold of this night I find a place where the world grows quiet and I can breathe. And a fire lights within my heart, gentle, unafraid, like a beacon shining through the longest winter night. It's Christmas, and even when the world feels far away, there's a light that rises and finds me once again. There are distant laughs in a home, an echo of childhood, a warmth the passing years could never dim. The lights on the tree shimmer in the window, pulsing soft, and the whole street seems to hold its breath just to watch them shine. Between memories and snow I find my voice, a quiet peace still living deep in us. And a fire lights within my heart, gentle, unafraid, like a beacon shining through the longest winter night. It's Christmas, and even when life runs fast and wild, there's a light that glows and calls me home again. In the silence of winter, I find who I am and let the little fire grow softly, slowly. On this night when the wind carries echoes of December, lights tremble on the sidewalks like memories searching for a home. Every step unveils a fragment of someone who walked here before, and for a moment I can feel the shadows leaning in to watch. There's a whisper hidden in the air, as if the city breathes slowly, weaving destinies together no one else can see. For every heart carries a story the world may never read, but tonight, on this Christmas night, they shine like stars that no one names. And if I stand here quietly, barely moving, I can almost feel the birth of the tale that has not yet been told within me. I see windows guarding laughter, doors opening a little too late, letters that were never sent, still waiting for a sign. Footsteps crossing without touching, eyes searching but not finding, and still, somehow, everything feels right on this familiar night, as if the city holds a silent soul of its own, guiding every gesture flicker of light, a memory returning, a name I almost whisper, but it's in these almost that the magic breathes. It's in these almost that Christmas chooses to exist. And then I see that every person, every shadow, every glowing window carries an entire world in silence. And for a moment, the night itself seems to hear me. For every heart carries a story that no one else can erase. And tonight, the universe feels as if it waits for the ones we're meant to create. Maybe tomorrow, maybe another Christmas, but as I walk slowly through the cold, I feel the eternal shimmer of the tale that has not yet been told, calling me home. I thought God had given us a love, but if He did, why did He let this happen? Maybe because I was far from the path. I spent a lifetime sick and alone, and you knew that. Finally the cure came, a miracle, and you came along. A prayer made long ago, a cure and a love. God had answered my prayers, a cure and a love. But the enemy waited in the shadows, and I was far from the path. You spoke of principles and values, you spoke of love, truth and loyalty, and you spoke of God, and that we had that. I waited for this for so long. You were amazing and I believed, even when they said you were evil. I replied with faith and innocence, I believed in you. Everything was fine, we were happy, even imperfect, there was love. God had answered my prayers, a cure and a love. But the world grew sick and evil spread, I was far from the path, and the enemy moved. I lost focus, lost care, my father ill, fear of the world, and still we made plans, but evil came close. You dressed for another, began the game, and when I saw what you did, something broke deep in my soul. Something shattered. You lied, you used people, and I, wounded, lost myself at the hardest moment. You lied. I thought you were by my side, but something was poison. Love turned to silence and pain, and what was healing became sickness. I loved you, I trusted you, but you hold on to faith. The mustard seed still lives in me. I need to heal, I need to return to life, to never forget again that the ones who say they love can hurt where it hurts the most. He never did wrong, just trusted too much in the shining eyes that deceived him, and in the arms of one who said she loved him. He fell and the world came crashing down. Followed friends who had lost their way, even knowing something felt wrong. He paid for mistakes that weren't his, and loneliness became his winter. But in the silence of his pain, he felt something beyond it all, a gentle whisper, an unseen presence that never left him, even when he forgot. Then he prayed on his knees for a miracle, even lost, even hurt, even weary. And on that cold night when hope had died, Christmas brought the light, and love found him. The past still weighs upon his heart, but darkness is no longer a prison, for an unseen hand has guided him, and the chill of night turned to warmth. Then he prayed on his knees for a miracle, even lost, even hurt, even weary. And on that cold night when hope had died, Christmas brought the light, and love found him. Now he breathes, feels the warmth, even among shadows. He was never alone. The world still turns, but he knows miracles exist, and Christmas proves it. Then he prayed on his knees for a miracle, even lost, even hurt, even weary. And on that cold night when hope had died, Christmas brought the light, and love found him. Snow fell unhurried, dense and steady, landing softly like ashes that never burn, erasing paths, rooftops, memories. Each flake carried an echo of other nights, each gust the deep sigh of the sleeping earth. Out there, time held its breath, while the windows guarded winter's touch. All was white, all was endless, like an old secret whisper to the wind. The storm showed no mercy outside, but in here we were still a haven. All was white, all was endless, like an old secret whisper to the wind. The storm showed no mercy outside, and out there, time held its breath, while the windows learned in silence the inevitable touch of winter. And inside the home, small islands of warmth, the fire rested upon its amber throne, resisting the chaotic dance of the wind outside. Nothing asked for haste, nothing asked for struggle. The storm followed its ride, majestic and serene. Nothing asked for haste, nothing asked for struggle. The world breathed slowly, and the storm in its mute strength followed its ride, relentless and unjudging. All was white, all was endless, like an old secret whisper to the wind. The storm showed no mercy outside, but in here we were still a haven. All was white, all was endless, like an old secret whisper to the wind. The storm showed no mercy outside, and out there, time held its breath, while the windows learned in silence the inevitable touch of winter. Each flake an ancient memory, each gust a whisper of a sleeping earth. December 25th, a peace that words can't explain, a spirit of pure harmony, a genuine joy. Friends gather, the table overflowing with food, simple but with a subtle richness, everything breathes differently. The table under the grapevine, a different kind of love. There's warmth in the cold. There's something in the air, a peace that words can't explain. A star shines in the sky above families and friends. December 25th, present is unique, but past and future are also there. Everything comes together as one. Every year, this repeats itself. Every year